Hey y'all, Kenny here. Thanks for joining me. For a lot of years I was a one-gun man when it came to a deer rifle, and this is it. A viewer actually recognized this in another video and asked about it. It is the Revelation 220A, sold by Western Auto. Montgomery Ward sold these as well under the Western Field name. It is manufactured by Mossberg. It is their 800A. It's chambered in .308 Winchester. They chambered the rifle in .243. That was the Model B. In .22-250, that was the C. I understand they also later chambered it in .30-06, .270, and 7mm Magnum. They made these from the mid-60s through 1980. I bought this one used in 1979. It spent its early years riding in the gun rack in the back glass of a pickup. I know that because the vinyl from the gun rack had transferred to the stock and forearm. A lot of years ago I refinished it with some True Oil. It looked pretty rough when I got it, and I've tried to take care of it, and it's taking care of me. You know, the gun rack in the back glass of the pickup harkens to a simpler time. I remember in high school we had 1 week of deer season. If you drove into the parking lot during that week, you'd find a rifle in almost every pickup, and there never was a thought that anyone would shoot another student or teacher with one of those rifles. A lot of people say we have a gun problem in this country, and that may be true, but we have a heart problem in this country for sure. The barrel is 22 inches long. The gun weighs 7 pounds without a scope. It has a floor plate, which is a nice feature. Now, when I first got the rifle, I didn't like the square shape of the forearm. It felt bulky to me when I shot it offhand, but I've since come to appreciate the stability of that design when I shoot it off the bags. I guess the most important question is, how accurate is this rifle? Well, I set the camera up the other day, shot some groups, but I had a malfunction with my camera at the target, so I'll just have to show you a photo of those groups. The group bottom left is 150 grain Remington core locks. That group is just slightly over an inch, which is typical for that round. Back in the day, I shot a lot of 165 grain Federal premiums, and it would shoot under an inch, sometimes even half-inch groups. The group at the top right is my hand loads. That is the Barnes 130 grain TTSX. That's what I currently run in the gun. That last shot, that is my third shot that went off to the left. I don't know whether to blame that on me or the rifle, but it typically shoots 3/4 inch or less groups with my hand loads as well. So the trigger housing for this rifle is made of plastic or some sort of composite material. And I've recently read that if you store the rifle in a hot environment, as this one was kept at a pickup almost daily for a lot of years before I bought it, that this plastic can warp and cause the gun to unintentionally fire. And I had an incident on Thanksgiving. It is most memorable. I was gonna sit on the ground that evening. I normally don't chamber around if I'm going into an elevated stand until I get settled in. But I was behind my house. I live on a hill. I had the barrel of the gun pointed down, I thought, at the ground, but it was actually pointing toward my house. I grabbed the bolt like this, and when I chambered the round, it fired. It hit the house. Thank God nobody was in there. It looked like a cannonball went through the drywall in one of the bedrooms. But after that incident, I took a fired case and chambered it in the gun and hit it multiple times with a rubber mallet, and occasionally it would go off. I've since got the trigger repaired on the rifle. That's been a lot of years ago. I've never had another incident from it, but that's just something to be aware of. I do show this rifle a lot of respect now from a safety standpoint. I do love the Revelation 220A. I could still be a one-gun man. I wouldn't be afraid to take this rifle out west or to hunt anything on this continent within our effective range. I've made a lot of memories with the gun. I still take it hunting now and then. Occasionally I see these for sale for around $300. If they're all as good as this rifle, then that's a bargain for a well-built gun.